The Sims 4 is the most boring Sims game, whether you believe it's true or not. In my opinion, it is. You know, in The Sims 3 days, I would just have one pack and I'd be fine. I could play hundreds of hours just with the one pack alone, but in The Sims 4, I have all the packs and I'm still not very satisfied, and you're constantly just waiting for the next pack to be released, but I don't really think you need brand new packs constantly in order to enjoy the game. So I'm compiling a list today of things that I think you can do to enjoy the game again. Despite just saying you don't need to constantly buy new packs, I'm telling you, okay, this is what everybody does. When you get The Sims 4, you get The Sims 4 Seasons and The Sims 4 Cats and Dogs. Because you think, oh, I want a cute dog in my household, I want weather, blah, blah, blah. But these aren't necessarily the best packs for gameplay and making the game fun. With Cats and Dogs, for example, what does it actually do? It adds a cat or a dog to your house. What are you going to do? Feed it? Train it to sit? Like, it's not very fun. You guys need to think about packs which are actually fun. A personal go-to for me is a pack with a career in it. So The Sims 4 Get to Work, I think, is an obvious one. That comes with 3 live careers and I think they can be fun. The Sims 4 Get Famous comes with a live acting career, which is okay. And it comes with the celebrities, of course. And then there's a Sims 4 Life and Death, which comes with the Grim Reaper career. I definitely think a pack which comes with some careers is definitely a good first step. In terms of making the game more interesting, it's definitely better to go for the packs which have more gameplay in mind rather than just cute, quirky little things like pets or seasons. Starting a save file sounds incredibly overwhelming, but you basically just shape your Sims 4 world up to how you enjoy it, especially if you own multiple different packs and there's not really much crossover in the game with the packs in terms of how it works. When you create your own save file, you can achieve that. And I'm not saying you have to change up every single lot, every single townie. You can just simply create a normal save file, but add in a couple of lots in the blank spaces or bulldoze some unused lots. I actually have an ongoing series on my YouTube channel where I'm renovating every single lot in every single world, and eventually it's turning into a big save file that I do collaboratively with you guys. So far I have done New Crest, Oasis Springs, the Realm of Magic world, the Vampires world. We're going through all of the worlds. It's incredibly fun. So I will link to the playlist for that if you want to get involved, and it's like a collaborative save file with you and me. But even if it's just adding a restaurant that you find from the gallery into an empty lot, or changing up the basic Willow Creek museum with another museum on the gallery, you don't have to build it all yourself. Just use the gallery, fill your world with gallery sims and gallery lots, and it just gives you a new fresh perspective on the game. And then I recommend saving a backup as that save file as a template, so if you want to start a brand new game, you can do it again in this pre-made save file that you've made, so it feels a little bit more fun. I can't believe how many people who play The Sims 4 on PC and Mac are still so mod phobic. Mods are great. They make your game so much better. You're not getting a virus. They're very easy to download. The safest way to get mods is to get them through CurseForge. If you've never seen it before, all you have to do is click install and the mod downloads and installs itself. It's very easy. They also update themselves. If you're looking for some inspiration on some really great gameplay mods I think is suitable for everyone, Little Miss Sam has a mod that's called Live in Business, and it allows you to create a variety of different businesses such as daycare, a cafe, a nightclub, a retail store, and you can actually live in the business. So I did this for a YouTube video recently where I had an apartment upstairs, but then I had a live-in cafe with a bakery store in it, and it works perfectly fine, and most of the core features are base game friendly, so that's a really great one. Another one that I played was an active career, which did require toddler stuff and get to work, and that was a daycare career where you go to a proper daycare lot. It was incredibly fun. Another mod that I got recently was a hotels mod, which allows you to stay in a hotel, and it was incredibly realistic. And there are loads of videos on YouTube for people talking about their favorite gameplay mods, so there is so much inspiration for you to get for that one. I feel like when we get new Sims 4 packs, we normally play with the main features of it, but most of us will ignore the extra miscellaneous features. For example, if you've got the Sims 4 Discover University pack, you might have gone through the whole university experience and you may have played around a little bit with the tinkering station, but what you probably haven't done is created your own servo robot and added the servo robot to your household as a playable sim. You might have an occult pack like werewolves and you may have made your sim a werewolf, but you may not have raised them up to the top level of the skill tree, and you find that you unlock new interactions and things when you do that. There are so many packs with actual like really cool features that most of us just haven't seen because, to be fair, EA doesn't do a good job at explaining all the features that come in their packs, I guess because The Sims 4 is so open. They don't want to put people down a specific path. So if you do have a pack, make sure you look up online like hidden secrets of blank pack, features that you didn't know about, that kind of YouTube content, because it makes you realize things that you didn't see before and it can be incredibly fun. I know you guys do this every time you play The Sims 4. You start a new game and you spend like 3 hours making the perfect sim in cast. But what you do, okay, I know you do this. You create the same sim over and over again. People on TikTok call it same face syndrome, where you give all of your sims the exact same faces. And then when you start the game, you go into Willow Creek and you go into either Daisy Hovel, Streamlet Single, or Crit Cabana. And you move into one of these houses and you do the same boring shit. You probably make your simmer an author every single time. You give them the same job. You make friends with the same townies. It's incredibly dull. Let's be honest, this is what you do. Instead of creating a brand new save file every single time, just load into the same save. If you want to create a new household, create them in an existing save. That way, you'll be able to flip between the different households. This is often called rotational gameplay. It's where you basically flip-flop between different households that you've made. So you might create 3 to 5, and if you're getting bored of one, move on to the next and then just flip between them, and you'll find that you'll just start discovering new things and you'll play in different ways if you intentionally make them very different people. I can't recommend that one enough, especially if you tie this into creating your own save file, because you basically make the game feel completely different with all the different lots and all the different people in there. And it also incentivizes you to communicate with other Sims in the world to build up their relationships and have effects on their lives in different ways. This one might tie into the last point I made, but I feel like in cast everybody does the exact same thing. Again, not just making the same sim, you create the same household, but I feel like it would be so much fun to create a household with a different dynamic. To show you guys how easy this can be set up, this is a household that I made for my Growing Together part of the save. It's mum and dad and child. So if you want to make your game more interesting, okay, move them into whatever house you like. It is a little bit of setting up. You get one sim, go to the other parent, break up immediately. We then go onto the phone, travel, split from household and move. Take however much money you want to take. Maybe you can move to a different lot in the same world. Maybe you can move to a different lot in a different world. But there we go. We've created a brand new family dynamic very quickly just by swapping things around, where we now have the dad living by himself. And then the mum is now left as a single mum, but the dad can obviously come over on weekends to take the kid out, and this plays into the whole rotational thing where you might want to play as his household just to take the kid out. The Sims 4 has loading screens whether you switch household or stay in the same household, so either way you're going to get the loading screens. It doesn't really inconvenience you that much more than staying in the same household, so that's one. In terms of other different kind of household dynamics you can do, you can have the grandparents, so you can make in cast grandparents, parents, and then the like grandchildren, but then you can have the parents die. You can easily do it with cheats, or maybe you can just move them out, move them into the household bin, and then the children live with the grandparents. You could do a runaway teen thing. I know that one's very popular. Just do something different than the same old vanilla families, and I think you might start to enjoy it a bit more. This one might be a little bit unexpected for you guys. So if you go on jamesturner.yt, I'm sure most of you guys know who he is. Okay, go on to posts and then go on to challenges. His website is like the best website for like sim stuff. I use it all the time for YouTube videos. It's so useful. So filter by challenges, and he's got some challenges here. So you could do every life stage challenge, and it's basically like there's a list of the challenge rules, setup and basics. He's got like random spin wheels, and when you click on them, it takes you to like a website where you gotta like spin a wheel, and then it's got like the age task. What is this one? Every life stage challenge, so different challenges for the ages, and you can like actually tick these off once you've done them. It's actually quite cool. He's also got something called Super Sim Tracker. If you want to make something called a Super Sim, it's actually really in depth. Like you can filter by the different packs that you own, filter by like the different ages and aspirations, and it's basically about completing everything, like getting every trait, getting every skill, and you can work through it in terms of like logging what skill level you've got for everything, what level you've got in every single career. As I said, this one, I think it changes depending on which packs you own. It's like really in depth, like such an in-depth tracker. I just think it's really cool. I think he did I think it's Deligracy as well, did that tiny town thing, which is actually quite cool. You could probably read this. There we go. Create your own tiny town sim cards. You can even put on pictures. Shall I find a picture of me? Oh, here's a picture of me. You can change the skill of the sim, decor, style, basic, save screenshot, and you can make your own little tiny town thing. God, I hope this isn't saved on his website, this random picture of me. So these are just some new ideas that maybe you've heard before, maybe you haven't heard before. The number one thing for me is downloading gameplay mods and creating a save file. Especially when you combine these two things together, you can do something really cool with it. Guys, you need to get out of this same face syndrome, doing the same thing over and over and over again syndrome. It's boring. Try do something that you're not used to. You may find out that you enjoy playing the game in a different way. If you're still not enjoying it, get over your addiction cycle, play something different. Even better, touch grass, find a boyfriend. I don't know, not that I should be giving that advice. I'm chronically single. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next video.